Hi guys, I decided to come back. Today's Thursday. I was just here yesterday and I asked if people could maybe ask questions so that I could do another video. So I've had a few questions, and actually I'm going back in October just before my Where's the Justice walk for child abuse awareness. I'm sure that you remember it. I do it for child abuse, raise awareness for child abuse, essentially because we want to have the laws changed in Canada. We want anybody that takes the innocence of a child, whether it be physically, sexually, or otherwise, we want them to have, the dog moved, sorry. We want them to be sentenced to a minimum mandatory term in jail, regardless of their age, their gender, previous offenses, whatever, right? Because here in Canada, our laws really suck pertaining to our children, and they need and deserve the protection, right? So that's what I'm fighting for. And like I said before, I am relentless and I will not quit until they do change. So going back to that video, Envy asked me, who was Megan, which is the name of the girl that burnt Damon. Who was she to Damon? She was not related. At the time, which this is October 16th, 2007 that this happened, Damon was 2. He turned 3 that December, at the end of December, when she not mercifully, that's not even the right word. I don't even know why I used that word. When she horrifically decided to submerge both of his hands 100%, like right up to his wrist, like right here, put both of his hands in boiling water. Damon sustained 2nd, 3rd, and 4th degree burns. The doctors did not believe he'd be able to use his hands again, but Damon, and his heart and his determination and his resilience, decided he was going to use his hands again. So he does. And he has 100% use of both of his hands. You can notice the scarring, obviously, because he did have to have skin grafting, and he will have to have more as he gets bigger. And his hands are more sensitive. So, like sun, cold, stuff like that. They're more sensitive, and because they took the graft from his head to put on his hands because of his age. You can see like little blonde hairs on his hands, but his surgeon said not a problem, that if it doesn't go away as he gets older, or if it becomes like a self-conscious sort of issue for Damon when he's older, they will do laser to get rid of the hair. So that's something that we'll look at come that time. So back to Megan. Her name is Megan Muir. She now resides in St. Catharines, Ontario. She has a daughter who is 8 months younger than Damon, and now she also has a son, and I can't remember if he would be 2 now or 3. I really don't know. She had him after she moved up to St. Catharines. So who was she to Damon? She was, at the time, Damon's dad's girlfriend. They lived together. They had a child together, which is the child 8 months younger than Damon. Yes, if you're doing your math, you're thinking, whoa, yeah, he got another girl knocked up when I was pregnant. So anyways, that's a whole different video, because that could go on for hours. But anyhow, so that's who she was. Drew had gone, which is Damon's dad, he'd gone fishing that morning, which was perfectly fine. Megan had been left with Damon numerous times before, never any issues on my behalf or on Drew's behalf or even on Damon's behalf, right? He enjoyed going there, blah, blah, blah. So Drew went fishing that morning, and I don't know why. I can make speculations. She gave a pitiful reason as to why she did it in court. She said it was because she was tired. She only had 2 hours sleep, which is a cop-out bullshit excuse for a spineless piece of shit, right? As parents, we're all tired. Even when we're not parents, we get tired. But you never take the innocence away from the child, especially in such a horrific way. I personally think that she did it. How long am I now? 5 minutes. Okay. I personally believe that she did it because she hated me. Megan could not ruin me as far as my family went, like with her having the affair with Drew and stuff like that, and that didn't ruin me. She couldn't physically come at me because she knows, well, she'd be a piece of the sidewalk if she tried. So what better way to take revenge or try to get at somebody, especially a mother, through their child? And that's what I believe. That's not me blaming me for it. That's still 100% her fault. It is like a guilt that I obviously lived with for a very long time after Damon got burnt. And sometimes I'll still sit here and think, like, you know, what could I have done differently? And, you know, how did I not recognize that this potentially could have happened? And blah, blah, blah. A handful of people have criticized me because I haven't killed her. But I tell you what, that little boy needs me. And I am absolutely no good to him if I'm in jail. So I shouldn't have to defend myself with that at all. So anyway, she got no time in jail. She got an 18-month conditional sentence. She still did whatever the hell she wanted to do. She still worked. She still had full custody of her daughter. Children's Aid said there was nothing wrong with her. The judge defended her. I mean, I could go on for hours about this, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to move on. So she was no relation. She was just dating and living with Damon's father. And that's what happened. But what matters to me now is I've taken something very horrific and I found the silver lining in it. And I'm turning it into something positive, which is fighting for children. I can't reverse, you know, the outcome of Damon's court case, but with the people behind me that I have and the fight that we have in us and we've had in us for all of these years and we will continue to have until the laws change, I feel pretty good about what we're doing. So, and so does Damon. Damon loves it. He gets so excited every year. But anyways, okay, so on to the next question. There's only a couple questions, but I thought I would just do it anyways. Sister Scaleback asked me how much I'm walking. I am walking at least an hour every day. Port Hope, Ontario, I've explained this. I think I explained it. Or maybe it was one of the videos I deleted. Anyways, Port Hope, Ontario, I call it the gutter of Ontario because Belleville, Ontario, which is just east of us, is up higher. Toronto, west of us, is up higher. Peterborough, north of us, is up higher. And then, of course, we have the lake down here. So we're kind of, you know, down in the gutter. And so everywhere you want to go, there's hills. And there is big sluts of hills. And I fight with them every day. But I keep doing it. There's one hill, it's called Highland Avenue. But that whole west side of town, the hills are huge, right? So, but this one hill in particular, Highland, oh my God. I might take y'all with me when I go up that hill because it's a bitch. And just when you think you're done, like these hills around here are so deceitful, right? Just when you think you're done the hill, bam, it hits you with another slope. So it's just a mind fuck big time, and your legs and your ass and your tummy and everything feels it. So it's good, right? Okay, and then that fat chick asked me daily food intake. I'm not gonna lie to you. My food should be better. I don't physically eat a breakfast. It makes me feel sick, and especially I'm trying to get into the routine of when I go back to the nursing home. It's just so much easier for me. I don't feel nauseous if I just have a protein shake, and then shortly after that, maybe some yogurt or like fruit or something, because now I can, right? But to be honest, breakfast is very simple. Just grab a shake and go. Because like when I'm at the nursing home, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, and I quite frankly don't want to wake up at like 3:30 just for I could have breakfast. That's pure insanity to me. Lunch, I still really enjoy doing like soups with tuna, not in the soup, right? Like that's gross. But I like to do soups with like some tuna or something, and sometimes I'll have like, you know, an hour or so after lunch, I'll have another protein shake because I'm really not intaking a lot of food, and I'm so paranoid about having my protein. So honestly, I probably drink 3 shakes a day now of the Premier Protein. And then at dinner time, up until recently, I was kind of doing my own thing because obviously the kids were eating far differently than I was. And but now, like, I love using my slow cooker and making like chicken and all that kind of stuff. And veggies like broccoli and I actually learned yesterday that peas are considered a starch, so I felt guilty because one night I had peas with my chicken and my potatoes, even though I had like one teeny nibble of potatoes. I had the peas, right? So, excuse me. So, anyways, yeah, so peas are a starch. And so is corn, but we knew that. I'm so sorry. Okay. How do you prep meals? And this is from that fat chick too. How do you prep meals now that you're back to work? Well, luckily, because I'm at my mom's store, it's more laid back there than what the nursing home is, and so I can give myself more time. Shit, I should have brought them. Okay, from the dollar store, like Dollarama, we can buy like these. You can get them at Walmart too. They're just these little itty bitty Tupperware containers, and they have like good lids on them, like clippy lids sort of thing. And so when I'm at home the night before, typically I'll take leftovers to work for lunch and stuff like that. And I just measure out, you know, what I'm going to be having for lunch. Like my first day back, of course, I had my tuna, so I put that into one of the little Tupperware containers. And then I put my soup, and I put that in a little Tupperware container. And next video I will remember to show you the Tupperware containers that I have because they're super handy. And, like, when I do chicken and there's always lots left over, like, I'm obviously not going to eat, like, a whole chicken breast or whatever. So I just, like, cut it up and weigh it and then put it into the individual containers, and I do the same with like fruits and vegetables and all that kind of stuff. So it really works out well, and it's super convenient. And even though you get the individual yogurts, I don't eat a full yogurt, so like I'll open up the yogurt and I'll measure out how much I have and I'll put them in those little Tupperware things. So it's really convenient, and it's super simple. Technically, I know I should be eating more food in a day. I learned that yesterday. I don't really do snacks and stuff. And like I said last night, I'm supposed to be up to like 3/4 of a cup to a cup of food, and I'm definitely not. So again, that's why I do fall back on the protein shakes. But I mean, it will come with time. I'm only 4 weeks out, right? So I don't know what really is expected of me. And I also learned too, I'm not going to feel guilty about eating a whole motherfucking poached egg. Jesus, that group, I tell you what. But anyways, if I can eat a whole egg, I'm going to eat a whole egg, and it's not going to hurt me, and it's very good for me, and people just need to get over themselves. So anyways, I hope y'all, those are the questions that I had. That's only 1, 2, 3, 4. That was only 4 questions, and it took me 14 minutes because it's me and I ramble. So I'm going to cut it off now. Enjoy your Thursday, your weekend, and of course, as always, stay beautiful.